Hey, what is up, traders? This is Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. So today I'm going to do a midday recap. I don't really see anything worthy trading or even looking at, to be honest with you. There are a couple of pot names moving, but maybe they will set up for the late day, or maybe we'll trade them tomorrow. But for now, we'll do a midday and take a break before the close. So SPY today gapped up pretty nicely, and we gapped up into this resistance, put on a triple top, and sold off. So I wasn't involved because I didn't really want to trade pre-market, and at the open I was busy managing a couple of positions. I was thinking that if we do pop into the resistance, I'm going to get short, but I'm not sure if this candle is even real. I don't think so. We didn't pop into the resistance and kind of faded off. We did have a nice consolidation here, so that was a nice tight risk reward, but the risk would have been probably for the breakout, and the proper risk would have been above 181. So the pre-market fade was the right trade, was a good risk reward trade. Anyway, let's jump into the stocks that we traded today. So the main stock, the main gainer for me was APHA. So the stock gapped down, washed out pre-market really hard, and I was watching for the dip buy or for a bounce short, whatever presents itself with a good risk reward. And I saw a nice grinding action off of the 560s right here, really tight consolidation, and I noticed huge bids at 573 or 575. So the bids were stacked over here, and I didn't really see too many offers, and there was a lot of buying. There was a lot of aggressive buying in here, so I joined them, started getting long and selling into these pops. So the range was nice. So this candle is like 25 cents. So range was nice. So I was just scalping this, selling into the pop and re-long the washout, selling into the pop. So I'll just pull up the executions. There's a lot of arrows, but it is controlled chaos, right? So I'd be buying here, selling into the pop, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying the dip to VWAP. And then once we exhausted, this was kind of an exhaustion candle, a lot of soaking on the offers. Here I start shorting, covering into the dip, shorting, covering to the dip, and so on and so forth. So the front side and then the back side of this formation. So this is the biggest gainer on the day. I did throw a bunch of test orders also, so if you see a buy and sell at the same price, I'm just kind of throwing a bunch of buys and sells just to see who's buying, who's selling. Faded this move, actually got long right here again, and then faded it on the way down. So nice little 20-30 cent profit or so on each side. So this one was pretty liquid, pretty volatile, and very trendy. Pretty easy to spot which direction it's going to go. Second biggest winner was OGEN. So had I traded this stock last week, I probably would have been hammered on the squeeze because I usually like to add in the money. So if I start scaling in a little bit and then adding at the open, I would be adding in every consolidation. But in this scenario right here in our market, where everything kind of V-bottoms and turns around and stops you out, both ways, I am paying myself on the way, and I'm reshorting the pops, which is exactly what happened. I did trim a little bit on the way up, but not my full size. Once I covered here, my risk was above the high, and then once I added because I thought this was the top, but we continued, so I took off the ad, reshorted again, and then covering into the big washes. I really underestimated how low it could go. Covered right before the big crack here, but nonetheless can't complain. Decent trade. AETI was the next one. So as you can see, the pattern here, I'm scalping. I'm not positioning myself on either long or short side. If I see a short side up, I'm shorting it and I'm covering for a quick profit. I'm shorting it right here, pretty much got the top. I did size down quite a little bit and then caught a nice big washout, but you know, it cracks, it consolidates below VWAP, and it just grinds back up. So what am I doing? I'm buying dips and I'm selling into pops, buying dips. I think somewhere in here I started shorting and covering into the washes, shorting, covering into the washes, because we're kind of approaching to the top here. So I want to position myself on the short side in case it rejects and starts to wash out. But I decided to just bail it. The tape was 50-50. I didn't know if it was going to go up or down, so I just kind of covered my short and left it alone. Tested it right here again and didn't really see which way. There's really no imbalance, so I just kind of left it alone. And that's pretty much it. I do have a loser, ATOS. This one was because I started shorting. Well, I was chasing, so let's be honest, I was really chasing. There's not a lot of meat on the bone, so I started shorting the crack, but however, I did short very little. I added very little, and I got stopped out for a tiny loss. And then I got long right here for the squeeze, and we couldn't really push through. We basically ran some stops, and then the bids fell out, and then started shorting here, thinking it's backside, and of course paying myself along the way, and then covering for break even on the rest. So lots of scalping, as you can see. So this one was a very small loser. So today was it was a nice little green day, nothing crazy, but first day of the month, and I'm not trying to go hard and you know, position, you know, hold big positions and get stopped out. Anyway, these are my takeaways. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can tweet at me at @YourKindaTrader. Stan Gluzman here. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.